All right, so one of the ways to my heart is a discovery set. And I've got a good discovery set for you today from the house of Goldfield and Banks. Folks, right now, I'm in love. I'm in love with a few of these fragrances. So we've got a beautiful discovery set and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna get into a few of these, and I think there's 3, maybe 4 that you need to get in your collection. They're so good. Stay tuned. All right, welcome to Just Breathe Fragrances. On this show, we've experienced thousands of fragrances across every category to bring you honest, insightful, and unbiased reviews, interviews, and so much more so you can smell your best in every moment that matters. Okay, so from this discovery set, I fell in love about 4 times over. It's wild how good a couple of these fragrances are, and I really wanted to give a great account of what each one of them are. But as you see here, I'm almost done with Ingenious Ginger. That's the first one that we're going to talk about real quick. But before I get into this, let me tell you just a little bit about Goldfield and Banks. All right, so Goldfield and Banks has a unique story. It's an Australian niche perfume house founded by Dimitri Weber back in 2016, and they pay homage to Australia's first botanist, Joseph Banks. So the brand actually creates unique fragrances using rare, authentic Australian native plant essences blended with global ingredients. Okay, so there's a lot of the breakdown that you're gonna see in this discovery set. It's going to have, for example, Australian coastal moss, lemon from Italy, sage, geranium, and cedarwood from Virginia. That's the note breakdown for Pacific rock moss, okay, which is a monster that we're gonna be talking about. So the first one is Ingenious Ginger. Okay, so you've got notes of Australian ginger, flower accord, Italian lemon, Indian ginger, magnolia from China, jasmine, so it's all over the place, but I'll tell you what you get. So I broke the atomizer on this one because I got really excited spraying the hell out of this fragrance. I don't think it's going to spray at all. Yeah, oh, look. All right, look at God. Okay, so, whew, man. Okay, so this is so good. I wore this. I was invited to a police event a couple of months ago, actually. I think it was just about 2 months ago. I have no concept of time, but I wore this, and as you see, I wore almost the entire 2 milliliter decant. And you've got to like ginger for this one, okay? So this is a very strong and prominent natural smelling ginger. If you've ever had a good ginger ale, as soon as you pop the top on it and you take a drink and that it's still fizzy, that's what it smells like, right? It smells like that fizziness, very uplifting. It's a gorgeous scent, but you do have to like ginger. I almost get like a booziness from it, right? Like almost like kind of like a boozy ginger. It's very fresh, very invigorating, very uplifting, very nice. You're going to get almost a little bit of a sparkly sweetness in this one, okay? So you get a fresh ginger. I would wear this in any occasion. This is phenomenal for if you want to dress it up with a suit and tie, or if you wanted just blue jeans and a t-shirt, this will work for any occasion. That's Ingenious Ginger from Goldfield and Banks. So I'm not going to read the note breakdown from every single one of them. But I will tell you that the next one, the notes are Australian finger lime, which Google that, they're crazy looking, vetiver and cedarwood. So there's only 3 notes in the next fragrance, which if you're at all familiar with the house, Bohemian Lime is up next. Folks, this is one that I've let a few people smell, and 100% of the people, probably about 5 or 6 people, I guess, love this. Every one of them. This is definitely lime. Woods in the dry down. You get some woodsy, dusty woods in the dry down. But it's just nice and fresh. It's one of those that you just, whenever you smell it, you picture a sunny day. You actually can picture that sunny day. It's kind of earthy, but what you're just getting in here is you're getting lime, you're getting freshness, you're getting effervescence, right? You can't go wrong with this fragrance. It is simple, it's kind of linear, okay? So it doesn't really change a whole lot. You get a blast of lime in the initial opening, but the only thing that really changes is the woods come out a little bit more as it dries down. Beautiful fragrance. That's Bohemian Lime from the House of Goldfield and Banks. All right, so up next is Sunset Hour. So I do want to read a couple of these notes because they've got mandarin in the top notes, desert peach from Australia. Okay, so they've got a pear note in here, and you're going to get some vanilla and benzoin and that sort of thing. So it has kind of a gourmand aspect to it, you know, with the pear and the peach. But oh my goodness, this is a great, so I will wear this and I will get a full bottle for sure, but it does lean a smidge feminine in my opinion, which that doesn't, I don't care about all that, but this is beautiful. Okay, so you definitely get what you get in here primarily in my opinion is vanilla and benzoin, but you do get a little bit of the fruitiness from the desert peach, and you can definitely, I wouldn't have even guessed pear was in here, but now that I read it, I can definitely smell it. For me, I get a lot of vanilla and benzoin. And so there's this nice, fresh, fruity aspect to it. And it's just sweet and creamy. Not, you know, super sweet, but it's sweet enough. It's perfectly sweet, creamy, it just flows. And it smells so good. So the peach is definitely dominant over the pear, but all you really get is this perfectly blended, beautiful fruitiness, creaminess with this sweetness that just wraps its arms around you, and it's just so sensual. It's so nice. This is a good one that you've got to try from the House of Goldfield and Banks Sunset Hour. I might wear this tomorrow. All right, so this next one is a banger if you like freshies. This is Pacific Rock Moss, and it's just what it sounds like. Australian moss, right? And I believe they say Australian coastal moss, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. You get some lemons, some sage, some woods, especially in the dry down. But what you get with Pacific Rock Moss is you're gonna get fresh, you're gonna get bright with that lemon, you're gonna get uplifting, you're gonna get a really unique freshie that wouldn't offend anybody. I guarantee I put this in front of 100 noses, 99 will love it, or at least like it and agree that it's pleasant. And it doesn't smell like everything else. That's what I like about it. It's fresh, it's invigorating, it's aquatic, it's unique, and you just can't go wrong. In my opinion, this is probably gonna be the mass appealing fragrance of the bunch, if there was one, followed by Bohemian Lime. But yeah, Pacific Rock Moss, you're getting something that's fresh, unique, office safe. This is good to dress up, dress down. This just smells like high quality right here without a super high price tag. Pacific Rock Moss, I still got Bohemian Lime on my mind. Oh, golly, they're so good. Pacific Rock Moss from the House of Goldfield and Banks. Okay, all right, so this next one, I don't really care for at all. It smells like a grandma to me. So this is not going to be my cup of tea, but if you really like floral fragrances, you'll like this one. This is floral. It almost smells like a diaper to me. I know that's an odd way to describe something, but if you're a parent and you've ever smelled like a diaper that has stuff in it to make it smell good or whatever, or smell less bad, that's what this smells like. I don't like it. Not only do I not love it, I just don't like it, but it's not my style. So it's got Baronia Absolute, Tasmanian Jasmine, Iris from Italy, Sandalwood, Liang Liang, and Coconut. So if I'm being impartial, this is definitely a floral fragrance that I don't know what Baronia is. Okay, so it's got Baronia Absolute. So I would imagine that's probably the dominant note or one of them. I like Liang Liang. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that, but for me, this just smells like an old lady. I could picture a mature woman wearing this and it being nice for that audience. I wouldn't say that this is something that would be for the younger crowd. So if you're going to go for Southern Bloom, it's got to be a mature woman, I would probably imagine. I can't see a guy wearing this. I just can't. So you're getting the jasmine for sure. The iris, I wouldn't really say is that powdery iris like in Dior Homme Intense or something like that. This is going to be one that you're really getting. I like jasmine, but I just don't like this. So if you like jasmine, try this out. If you're into floral fragrances, try Southern Bloom from the house of Goldfield and Banks. Not really my jam. All right, so if you like woody fragrances, you very well may like the next one, White Sandalwood. So White Sandalwood from the house of Goldfield and Banks really only has 3 notes in it. Obviously, you got sandalwood from Australia, you got Moroccan thyme, you got rose from Turkey, and you got saffron. Me personally, I get sandalwood for sure. Thyme, yeah, I could see that. Yeah, you get rose too. It's a pretty simple note breakdown, yeah. So you get what you pay for, right? So in this one, sandalwood and rose are gonna be the dominant. So you do get a little floral in there. This is not bad. I could see somebody wearing this to a black tie affair. I think that women who like woody fragrances on them that are slightly floral this would be perfect for those gals. Me personally, I won't be wearing this at all. It's not bad though. If you like rose fragrances, you probably will like this. And if you like rose and sandalwood, you really need to try it, to be honest with you. It's not bad. It's just not for me. White Sandalwood by the house of Goldfield and Banks. You're getting a dry wood with a slightly, not so much jammy, but slightly sweet rose. Very well refined and definitely blended well. But that's pretty much what you're getting. You're getting a sandalwood with rose supporting everything. And this could be unisex. I'd wear this one, especially if I was going to dress it up, you know, custom suit, nice cufflinks. I could see that with this for sure. This would be good year round, but I think this would really shine in a nice formal event, perhaps even outside. That's really nice. White Sandalwood is subtle. But I would definitely give it a shot. If you like sandalwood, if you got woody, rose, floral sort of fragrances, you probably like this one. White Sandalwood from Goldfield and Banks. All right, so the next one on our list is Velvet Splendor. So it doesn't smell like what I would imagine it would smell like reading the note breakdown, which is pretty simple. So Velvet Splendor is Hedione, Australian Mimosa, Orange Blossom, Jasmine, Tonka Bean, and Opopanax, right? Golly, it's not bad. Definitely Hedione, Orange Blossom, Jasmine for sure. This is a very floral fragrance. It doesn't go sweet, and it's not really that warm. You would guess it might be from the Tonka Bean. No, it's not. So it's definitely a dry, crisp floral. Jasmine is probably the star of the show, and the Hedione, and I would say that this definitely leans feminine. It's unisex. I could probably wear this. It's not bad, okay? So it's not my favorite. So this is something that I would say would be really good for young ladies 30 and above, right? This would be good in a professional environment. It's not sexy, I don't think. On the right woman though, it could be. This isn't one that I'm gonna buy for my wife or anything like that. This is something that I would recommend to a mature woman, but it does smell of quality. So you're gonna see Velvet Splendor as a floral that's nice with just the right amount of sweetness. It's not sweet, but it doesn't go super dry. So it's nice, fresh, floral, perfectly sweet, very well balanced. Mature women, this would be something they would absolutely love. All right, so that's Velvet Splendor from Goldfield and Banks. All right, I like this one. Okay, so this is called Wood Infusion. Not bad at all. Okay, so the notes are mandarin, Australian woods, oud, it says agarwood, and iris. Okay, I like this. They got a winner. Okay, so the last few have been kind of hit or miss with me if you couldn't tell, but Wood Infusion is nice. You get the mandarin, you get, it really doesn't, I don't smell oud. Okay, I guess I could see it, but it's definitely not a barnyard or, you know, stinky oud or anything like that. It's not pungent, it's not strong. You definitely get the mandarin. It says Australian woods. I'd be curious what kind of woods. And the iris isn't that powdery iris either. This is a nice, smooth, you do get the mandarin. It's like, so there's a touch of sweetness from that mandarin. So I think the mandarin and woods are really the star of the show. You do get a little bit of iris, and I think the agarwood, the oud, just kind of rounds things out, right? So you get a nice, I'm aware of this. This is nice. The more I smell it, the more I think this just smells of class and sophistication. It's fresh, but it can be worn all year round thanks to that oud. I really like this one. I'm gonna say out of a 10, man, this is probably a solid 8.5. Wood Infusion. All right, Wood Infusion. Mandarin orange, Australian woods, oud, and iris. I would definitely get a sample of this. Go ahead and I would pick up this Goldfield and Banks Discovery Set and discover this. I'm telling you, this is nice. I think most people are going to really, really like this. The oud doesn't really stand out. It just rounds everything out. So Wood Infusion, very nice. The House of Goldfield and Banks did something with Wood Infusion. I like it. Okay, you're gonna like this one. Man, let me read the note breakdown real quick. So this is Desert Rosewood, Mandarin, Cardamom, Buddha Wood from Australia. I have no idea what Buddha Wood is. Benzoin from Laos, Vanilla, and Amber. Okay, so from the note breakdown, I would think it's a little bit more sweeter than it is, but it's so nice. It's so well blended. That's one thing you're gonna notice about all of the Goldfield and Banks fragrances. Even if you don't rock with them, even if they're not your jam or whatever the case may be, you're gonna notice they're all very high quality. Oh gosh, I really like this one. So you do smell the cardamom for sure. So, you know, there's that little spice in there, but man, you get some sort of a wood, which to me, I would say that there's, I don't know what kind of wood that smells like, but it is kind of sort of woodsy, but you get some warmth from the benzoin, some sweetness from the vanilla. The amber kind of warms it up a little bit. This is one that is unisex, kind of, sort of, leans feminine, I think. I would pull this off, and I will, but this is something that, golly, this is really nice. It's not mind-blowing in terms of, it's not unique. You know, it's something that you've smelled before, right? If you've smelled a whole bunch of niche perfumery, you smelled this at least a couple of times. but it's very nice. And as I recall, Goldfield and Banks price points are really good. So desert rosewood, mandarin, cardamom, Buddha wood, benzoin, vanilla, and amber. Guys, this is one you want to get your hands on and at least sniff, because it's going to lend a little bit of sweetness, nice smooth vanilla and benzoin in there. So it's going to be something that it's sweet, not too sweet, and a little bit of spice from the cardamom. You definitely have the mandarin in there. Yeah, I like this one. This is nice. So from the House of Goldfield and Banks, Desert Rosewood, I'd probably give it about a 7. Definitely worth checking out. Okay, so I sprayed this before and I smelled it before I looked at the notes. Blue cypress type of wood from Australia. You definitely get a unique wood in here. Lavender, patchouli, and anise. So what I get, this is a woodsy fragrance. Blue cypress is the name of the fragrance, by the way. And it's very woods forward. So the type of wood is an Australian blue cypress, right? And you get woods. You get a dry, woodsy fragrance. There is some lavender in there, but not a whole bunch. The real star of the show is the Australian blue cypress. And you do get a little bit of that anise. I do get that little spiciness, but barely. You're gonna get the woods and the patchouli. And you know, it's a nice earthy patchouli, but the real star is that Australian blue cypress. This is gonna be nice. It's a light fragrance, so you know, you can spray quite a bit of it. If you're into woodsy fragrances, this is definitely a unique woodsy fragrance. I think the anise and the patchouli balance it out really well. I don't get a lot of, I want more lavender in there. I don't get a lot of lavender from it. But it's a nice, fresh, smooth, dry, woodsy fragrance that's kind of unique in terms of woods go. And I would definitely recommend this for anyone. It's unisex. Men or women could wear this one for sure. This is perfectly unisex. But I see like a GQ guy in a nice white button-up shirt, muscles, that sort of thing. You know, like me in a white shirt. But I really like this one. Like I said, it's light. It's a unique woodsy fragrance. I don't really get into woodsy fragrances generally too awful much, but if you do, like I have a friend of mine, Andrea, she would absolutely love this one. She's a friend of the family. She likes woodsy fragrances. So Andrea, if you're listening, go ahead and pick up Blue Cypress if I haven't mentioned this to you already, because you're gonna really like it. All right, so that wraps up the Discovery set from Goldfield and Banks. I'm very, very happy. These 10 fragrances, out of these 10, there's 6 that I would absolutely recommend. Ingenious Ginger, Bohemian Lime, Sunset Hour, Pacific Rock Moss, depending on your taste, Blue Cypress, Wood Infusion. There's a few that I just didn't really care for, as you probably guessed. Southern Bloom is my least favorite. I could have really done without smelling that. The House of Goldfield and Banks has an incredible presentation, talks about all the fragrances, all the note breakdowns, all that sort of thing. And I think this was really affordable as well. I don't remember exactly how much it was, but one thing I really like about the House of Goldfield and Banks, all of their fragrances are very, very well blended, very high quality, and it's gonna be something that doesn't break the bank. So I really appreciate them for that. For me, I would go ahead and say that Pacific Rock Moss would be the mass appealing star of the show in there. But Ingenious Ginger, Bohemian Lime, Sunset Hour, there's so many that you really, really should smell. I would recommend at least getting the Discovery set. Honestly, Pacific Rock Moss and Bohemian Lime are probably blind buy worthy if you're into that sort of stuff. I sample just about everything, okay? So that does it for the Discovery set from the Australian House of Goldfield and Banks. Good stuff. So in wrapping up, just want to say, as I always do, 1, subscribe, hit the bell icon, make sure you subscribe, because that's the best way to grow the channel. Feel free to like it, throw a comment on there. Tell me if you've tried any of these fragrances? And if so, which ones? What did you think? What's your favorite from the house of Goldfield and Banks? And remember, a great scent doesn't just smell good, it says something. So choose what smells right for you and just breathe. Thank you.